What's up? What's up, Indies? Sergio Tobar, I think it's Tobar, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, has a hot seat question, a really great hot seat question that I'm going to address today. He says, the Grassroots Level 2 game plan recommends running Greenlight warmth boosting way ahead of creating a recurring content strategy. I was thinking of jumping to recurring content first, then picking the game plan back up at Greenlight warmth boosting when I get there so that I have content to boost. Is the recommendation organic content plus recurring content, or can the recurring content suffice? So this is a great question. So when we talk about recurring content here at IndiePRO, we're talking about podcasts, YouTube channel, live streams, Twitch, things like that. Like anything that is scheduled, that is something that people can consume regularly at the same time, something that they can expect. So podcasts, live streams, YouTube channel, that's recurring content. So a regular organic content strategy is different. So that is like your social posts, like making content for Instagram, for TikTok, for Facebook, right? That's like you're posting 1 to 3 times a week or every day or whatever you're doing for your social posts. So Greenlight warmth boosting can be used with both. It's effective for both. So you can feed that campaign with, posts with your live stream posts, with a post about your new YouTube video that just came out, with a post about your podcast that just came out. But there's more to the content strategy than just the recurring content part. You want a more robust content strategy where you want to have more than just that to feed Greenlight warmth boosting, so that you create this omnipresent effect where you're showing up in people's feeds. And a more robust content strategy you want to present yourself as like a real human being that is using social media, that's also an artist, and not just every time someone sees a post in their feed coming from you, it's a podcast or a YouTube video or whatever. They're actually going to see some more creative things, some diversity. You want to diversify your content. So recurring content is great because it kind of locks in something consistent that people can expect all the time. But then this other content is important to diversify and, build a world. You want to build a world that people can interact with online. And so I actually would say that sure, you can definitely figure out what your recurring content strategy is going to be, but I wouldn't wait to use Greenlight warmth boosting until then. Like, I would start using Greenlight warmth boosting as soon as you can. When you get that fan finder up and running and you start using social media as a creator and you start posting regularly organic content, I would build that Greenlight warmth boosting campaign. I would feed that with the content that you're posting on your socials on a regular basis, because that's the foundation of your retargeting strategy that you're going to want. You're going to want that. You're going to want to always be showing up, right? And the sooner that you can do that, the better, because when people see that fan finder video, you want to hit them again with something as soon as possible so that, they remember you, right? So that they can recall who you are, and that not too much time goes by. I hope that makes sense. So to help you with, a content strategy overall, like not just recurring content, but a content strategy overall, I recommend checking out How to Turn Listeners into Real Fans. There's an advanced training in here that can help you with this. So advanced strategies, creating your topic wheel, and building a world for fans. These 2 lessons I would definitely check out to help you craft a more robust content strategy and give your Greenlight warmth boosting strategy a diversified content palette. And then you can also do promote and communicate with video here. I know that the step-by-step action plan guide that we gave you, I forget what we call that, I'm sorry, the game plan, not action plan, but the game plan, might not include these trainings until later, but these are still just very, very valuable trainings to take if you're trying to come up with content ideas, and establishing a social media like content strategy. I think there's one more. Content Blitz Blueprint is more about a recurring content strategy. So this is recurring content only, and then these two, promote and communicate with video and how to turn listeners into fans, those are the organic strategy, the overall kind of content strategy. So that's what I would recommend doing, is, you know, get a topic wheel made, and start experimenting with, you know, regular social content and feed that into Greenlight Warmth Boosting, and make sure that you are keeping track of like what content is doing really well organically, because if you're posting multiple times a week, you know, one post might do better than another, and that post that does really well organically could be a really good contender to put into the Greenlight Warmth Boosting strategy. But just pay attention to what posts are doing better over others organically. But then also, if you're only posting once a week and you're just feeding your Greenlight Warmth Boosting strategy with a post every single week, right? Keep track of like which ones are taking off, like which ones are performing better. So I'm going to quickly dive into and show you this. So Greenlight Warmth, this is my Greenlight Warmth Boosting campaign. I like to build it this way, where I have IG videos, Facebook photos, IG photos, and Facebook videos. I like to separate the placement and also the type of content, separate them into different ad sets. And the reason for this is, if you're running, you know, multiple posts at the same time, say like you want to boost like multiple posts and you're putting a photo and a video in the same ad set, the video is going to take all the budget. But if you want more engagement on that photo and you want to run them side by side, you need to separate them into different ad sets so that the video doesn't take over the photo, right? Take all the attention and engagement away from the photo. So that's how I like to do it, but you can just separate it by, you know, Facebook and Instagram by platform if you want to. But if you take a look at this, I have all these different posts that I've boosted and all their results and their cost per result here. I can see which ones have performed the best out of everything here, and you're going to want to watch, you know, how many posted engagements you're getting, your cost per result, and then of course you're going to want to watch like just regular engagement metrics, right? And kind of keep track of which posts are performing really, really well. And that is going to inform your overall content strategy of like, oh, my audience really likes these kind of videos. My audience really likes these kind of photos. My audience really likes posts where I talk about this, you know what I mean? And so that can kind of help you refine your content strategy, because your overall content strategy is going to change. It's gonna flex. It's gonna grow. It's gonna change over time as you as an artist develop, and as you and your audience get to know each other, and as you and your audience learn more about how to talk to each other, and your content strategy is going to change. So this is part of that learning process, is, you know, looking at these kind of things and letting this data inform, you know, what's working with your audience and what isn't. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope that this answers your question thoroughly. And yeah, so go make some great social content, run Greenlight Warmth Boosting, get a recurring content strategy going if you can. But I wouldn't wait on this campaign. I would start doing it as soon as you can.